Alright, what's up, everybody?
Yo.
This is episode 30, and fittingly, we only have 30-year-olds on this episode, right? Oh, at least 30. It's me, Weddle, Chris Weddle, Chris Chaos, and Vino. You know what I'm saying? AKA the Shaman, AKA the guy who just kicked my ass in chess a couple times.
What's up?
But it's fun, man. I fucking love chess, man. It's like a fucking. I think people who haven't played it, they should just play it, bro.
Hey, and if you love chess, I want that smoke.
Yeah, I put my chess.com on my Friday podcast.
Already.
So look Ches Tanuki at chess.com. You wanna put yours? What's yours?
I gotta say Trivino Magno, but you gotta spell it a certain way. But yeah, if you like chess, holla at us, cause we want that smoke.
Yeah, yes, that smoke. I bring that fire. And we smoking on that super glue.
Yeah, because that's how our friendship is. Super glue.
We stick together like cum.
He's like peas in a pod. Peas odd pod and odd pod.
Damn, get that. And we got a couple topics for y'all.
Well, it's really like 3 for 1, right? We're gonna do on this one just because like I said, we got here, we're playing chess, and we got theorizing. The topic for this podcast is gonna be
the deer rising.
What the topic for this podcast is going to be? Oh, I guess I have to enunciate, right? You're right. You know what? That's one of the things that I think I do wrong sometimes. I'm lazy, I just draw shit out.
I slur too.
Yeah.
What is it, mumble?
So on this episode, we're going to be doing the album that changed your life, as far as music, the movie that changed your life, obviously as far as movies, and
that could be VHS, DVD,
and the book that changed your life. All right, so this one, depending on
is that graphic novel or does it have to be?
It can be a comic book. I think comic books count as reading too.
Maybe it's like 2 different categories for them.
So depending on how deep we get or how it's gonna be either a quick one or a quickie or a long one. So let's do it.
Either way, it's gonna feel good for your ears.
You want to do the music, the movie, or the book first?
Let's do the music since you said it first.
All right, who's gonna go first?
I'll go first. So the album that changed my life.
Yeah.
DMX, and then there was X.
Yeah,
that shit changed my life, bro. And I listened to it. I have fond memories of listening to it.
Yeah, we not going anywhere.
Wait, that's a different album. I think that's Grand Champ. Right here, we not going anywhere.
Damn.
That hoe goes hard too. But DMX as an artist changed my life, bro. I connected with him.
My bad.
Because of the X. No, it's all good, bro. It's a dope song too. All right, what about you? Like an album?
Well, you ain't gonna tell me why? Come on, you gotta tell why it changed your life.
Every track, I could listen to every track, but so the first time I heard it all the way through was with my uncle Chinto and my uncle Rudy.
Shout out to them.
And somebody else, and we were going to we were in a tracker, right? It's like this little car, like a little Jeep. We were going to a Cowboys game in Irving at the old stadium.
Yeah.
So as soon as he picked me up, everybody's in the car. He put on the album and just let it play. Right now, he doesn't listen to hip hop because hip hop is not the same as it used to be. Right? I don't know if he listens to J. Cole and shit or anything like that, cause he's older or whatever. But how old is he? He's probably like late 40s. So this was like maybe 10. This is probably before I even smoked weed. So I might have been like 11 or 12. Anyway, so from all the traffic to get in there, parking, right? We listened to like half the album, and then we went to the game, and I don't remember much of the game, but then we left. And I remember listening to the rest of the album, and all the traffic that it was to get out. And so we just listened to the whole album, and I was like, damn, that first track, where he's like talking to a youngster in the hood, and then, he's got that party up in here. It's just a variety of tracks and and it influenced me as a man because I guess we take those people like role models, right? Like male role models, and even though if we're lucky enough to have those in our life and shit, that we still use I did anyway. I still use rappers as role models, and I think he was a good one, besides the crack smoking, but everybody has their faults. I never smoked crack, thank God. But it was just and then there was a prayer on it, and then there was this one song called Angel, and it was like it was about There's a song about God and stuff, and it just that whole album, man. That whole album is fucking legit. Yeah. All right,
That's what's up. All right, I got two, cause one's when I was young, one's when I was a little older. So when I was like, it was around when I was 10.
Spice Girls.
10 or 11.
Nice,
you know what? Maybe, hey, man,
Hey, they were fine as fuck, though. I do remember that. I used to like them.
Hey, to each his own, bro. To each his own. Anyhow, when I was 10, might have been 11, around that age, right? I discovered Papa Roach. I don't know if you know, that's like a new metal / heavy metal band that was out. They're still doing their thing, but like but for me, that first album, Infest, with the roach on the cover, like for me, bro, like I listened to that album, and I don't think at that point the way I felt, cause like my parents were divorced and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and I grew up with low self-esteem, and I gained a lot of weight because of it. I was a pretty fat kid. I was a pretty fat teenager too. You know what I'm saying?
You think that's because of your parents' separation?
It might have been, bro. I think not having a father in my life probably had some negative side effects. You know what I'm saying? And that might have been one of them. But on this album, basically, homeboy, he talked about the same shit. Like there's a track, "Broken Home," bro. There's a line on there. He goes, "I know my mother loves me, but does my father even care? If I'm sad or angry, you were never ever there. Like shit like that, bro. I'm like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's another individual out there who feels like I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm not the only motherfucker now that's going through this weirdness, this unhappiness in my life, right? You know what I'm saying?
And it was current at that time.
Yeah. And that album, like, it had a lot of tracks about how he felt. The guy was talking about how he hated himself. He wanted to just drink himself to death. He also talked about fuck the system. He's like, fuck money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that album was deep. I remember there's a hidden track at the end, bro. It's like a reggae track.
I used to love when they used to
bro, that reggae track is deep. I remember to this day. I throw this on for you after we're done recording. It's called Tightrope. That's the hidden track on that Papa Roach album, Tightrope. If you look, you can look it up on YouTube, and bro, it's deep.
What was the single from that Papa Roach?
Last Resort. It was cut my life into pieces. Yeah. Obviously, that's how I got into like that. Yeah. That track got me too. I was like, damn, that's just.
I like the song because I used to watch the video, but I didn't really get big into. I like some like Limp Bizkit and stuff, but I was heavy hip hop back then.
Yeah.
Heavy hip hop.
So that's the first one. That was 11. And then a little bit down the line, I'm gonna say I think I was. I don't know if I was out of high school, bro. I think I was in high school, but I don't know if I was out of it yet. It was Immortal Technique. It was Revolutionary Volume 1, obviously. That's the first one that came out. I'd never really been exposed to the reality of not just like hip hop, but like the reality of how the world works. You know what I'm saying? Because he was talking about like the U.S. doing crazy shit and Osama bin Laden and how how it was all a setup, how it was
really?
How I
didn't even listen to that.
Yeah, bro. Like, and obviously he had that Dance with the Devil track. That was just the
I heard that. That was that's on there.
That was probably the greatest. That is probably the greatest storytelling rap song of all time, bro. There is not one person who hears that track that doesn't say, "Damn, that shit is wild."
It's so dark and sad though.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
But that's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality of that's the streets. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that's the end. That's the what's it called? The pit, the rock bottom of life in the streets. Right, that's one version.
Well,
of
see, in
the
song, homeboy wanted to be there. He wanted to be Mr. Gangster, Mr. Crip, Mr. Big Drug Dealer. You know what I'm saying? And then, he obviously did
more than he could even handle. Jesus.
Yeah, that shit goes dark.
If y'all never heard that song, listen to that one.
Yeah, Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil.
That's necessary hip hop.
Yeah. All right, so that's albums, right? Music.
You want? Wait, let me think of another album.
I got two.
I had DMX. Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, so I'm trying to think because there's some honorable mentions. That Nas Stillmatic. I really like that.
Stillmatic, the first one or the second one?
Still. Because the one where he had the ether. Because I never liked Jay-Z, bro. Like, I wasn't a big fan of Jay-Z.
Ether might be one of the greatest top 3 diss songs of all time.
For sure. What would other ones be?
Real talk, that Young Dolph one that he put out either last year, 2 years ago, it's called Play With Your Bitch.
Every time Eminem disses somebody, he fucking murders him.
Yo, that's one of them. Yo, the one... you know what? I kind of... You know what?
Remember him and Benzino were going at it?
That's what I'm
the
saying.
owner of the source.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hail Mary was pretty good. Hail Mary, bro, they wrecked him.
Oh, that was against.
That was against Benzino and Ja Rule and all those. It was him and 50 and everyone hopped on that track.
Busta Rhymes and shit. But it was mainly about Ja Rule and then Murder Inc. That's what I was trying to think. Murder Inc. Herb Gotti and shit. Remember they got raided and shit?
Because Benzino was really like the media. Remember, he owned the source.
Yeah.
You know, it's like right now, like
he was like
Soros. He was like Soros, like in the rap industry, bro.
And he tried to make his son rap. You remember that?
Yeah.
I remember they premiered it on 106 in Park, and nobody liked it.
Bro, I remember he had that song that kept playing on Uncut, like "Rock the Party." We going, you know, he had that one song, "Rock the Party."
Big ass jaw, man. I mean, I'm jealous of the jaw, but Eminem killed that motherfucker. Bro.
Oh yeah,
lyrically.
Oh yeah.
Nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Benzino just wanted.
I guess Eminem has to be up there for me too. Now that I know what I know, like it's like I have to separate the person and his mistakes from the music. So Eminem, like all his albums were like fucking great to me. I want to say Eminem Show because I love Slim Shady and I love Marshall Mathers, but Eminem Show, I was like, okay, he's evolving, he's growing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And White America, the Nate Dogg track on there, Square. It was just a dope ass album. I'm just gonna say Stillmatic, because I listened to that whole fucking album too. And now when he talks about, he has a song called like Poison, and he talks about drugs and the government and shit, and that whole album's fire. All right, so moving on. Movies. You go first this time.
You go first. Damn, you put me on the spot.
Land Before Time. Remember, did you ever get that from McDonald's when they just gave you the VHS, the first movie? That's how I got the first movie, bro.
McDonald's used to give movies out? I didn't know that.
They used to give out VHSs, bro.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think on this, bro. I'm trying to think on it real talk. There's a lot of movies I could say. You know what I mean?
I'm going to say one that kind of changed me up in a bad way, but it was Romeo Must Die.
With Jet Li and Aaliyah and
DMX. With that intro scene with those two Asian brothers,
with the titties. Woo. I must have paused and rewinded that scene like 100 times as a little kid, bro.
Probably the cassette, like the tape.
Yeah, it was all scratched.
Worn and shit.
Yeah, just that part.
Super thin.
Like to the point where ever get to that scene, he would start skipping and shit. You know,
even though it's a VHS, it's not supposed to skip.
Yeah, it was just that part.
That movie, but the movie was good. The album was good too for that movie.
You know what? It's because Jet Li had a lot of good movies around this time, and I forget the plot of which one you're telling me.
Okay. Yeah, no. And then remember there was another one that DMX did with Jet Li.
Cradle to the Grave.
Cradle to the Grave was good too.
Wasn't that
Steven Seagal?
Yeah, he was in that one, right?
He might have been.
He was in one of them.
I'll probably block them out because he's probably lame or some shit.
I know he was in one of them.
He's a weird individual, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, who isn't? But he's out there.
I'm gonna go ahead and say The Matrix, bro.
Yeah. I don't think I understood it when I first watched it.
When I first saw it, the only thing that was cool to me were like obviously all the cool special effects and shit.
When they shot him and hit him, he was bending backwards like Gumby and shit.
But then you kept hearing people talking about like there's a deeper message behind it. So I watched it again, and then you start to realize, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay.
I guess it opened up like not a door for me, but kind of like a window. Like it cracked open a window. It's like, okay, so there's. I understand that they're trying to.
I feel
it's not like that exactly, but it's symbolic.
I feel like maybe people they forget, or some people by this time they don't even remember.
I should probably rewatch it.
But bro, when it came out, like when people started to get the message, like it hit.
And when was
the world? It hit the world.
That was like in the beginning of the internet too, right?
It was at the. I remember. I tell you why I got popular.
98 or some shit.
So when it came out in theaters, it bombed. No one gave a shit about it.
Oh, really?
But it's because when it came, but DVD players started coming out. Like it just came out. And DVD players were seen as a futuristic thing, right?
Yeah.
So they brought The Matrix out on DVD.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I mean, it caught on just because it came out on DVD. Because
some movies do that, like Lebowski, I think, and
it fit the look. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, this futuristic tech and this movie that's futuristic looking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the mainstream fucked up. The mainstream fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they got. You know,
and there's shit behind that, right? Like supposedly a black lady wrote it, and some say that she's lying, some say she's telling the truth. And
I know. I think the Wachowskis wrote it because the Wachowskis did some woke ass shit. Like.
and then you said one of them like sex change, right? Or they both did.
Them, bro.
Oh
no, I think one of them did. Either one. No, I think no. Yes, both of them.
Caitlyn Jenner shit, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, that's a whole another swamp over there.
Which is like, all right, like I think if somebody's like born a certain way and they're hermaphrodite or some shit, and they're like, oh, I want to change, and they're older and shit, that's fine. But it's just suspect when there's a pattern of people who are associated with Illuminati type beings, and then they end up getting like sex change whenever they try to get out, or they're fucking with it, or they try to do something. So that's like, you know, I don't want people to feel like that we're I mean, I don't know how you feel, and whatever you feel is like normal or whatever, but I don't judge anybody by anything. But yeah, I don't think it's bad to change your gender. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's why I kind of try to avoid the whole topic, but you decided to jump right in it.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Cause
that's why it was so hard for me to say that. I was like jumping on rocks.
Yeah, it's a messy
like
topic.
I'm about to slip up.
Hey, you saw me like, oh, I'm not gonna go on this, and you were like, nah, let me see what's in there. Damn. And you look at me, you wanna come in? I'm like, bro, you saw me just step out that hole.
That water looked too cold.
Yeah. Nah, but
Matrix.
But let me tell you, for the people that haven't seen it, or are like, all right, everyone said it's woke as fuck, but what's the real message behind it? All right, the real message, in my opinion, behind the Matrix is this: that like, being like everybody else, just becoming a member of society who does a 9 to 5 and just lives and you know, lives off of the fact that, you know, I went to college and I got a degree, and lives off of status and lives off of the material wealth. That's not the way to live. That's not the way to live, bro. The way to live is to
and
be
that's
yourself.
Designed for a reason, to keep people drone and sleep. And that's how everybody's like asleep.
Yeah, and you know, and that's why, you know, in the end, in the third one or the second one, the Smith, he starts trying to make everyone be he's just creating clones of himself. He goes to everybody in the whole world and infects them with whatever he is, and now they're just like, now it's just a bunch of Smiths. So the whole world became a bunch of Smiths.
So they're like AIs, right? Is that what Smith is, an AI?
I mean, you could really go deep into what Smith represents. Like, trust me, I got this book called The Philosophy Behind the Matrix, and there's so many theories behind what Smith represents. Some people say that Neo represents Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. I mean, Neo.
A lot of stories have like representation of Jesus.
You know, Neo just means new, so it might be he's the new Jesus. You know,
like Luke Skywalker. There's I don't know how that'd be Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he has his dad and shit.
Yeah, I think that's just.
Maybe that's more like Hercules or something.
Maybe, but the message behind the Matrix is
Star Wars kind of changed my life. My bad.
But you know, I think in the Matrix is like it's to be you. You know, be yourself and go and be yourself as much as you can be, because if you do, you'll discover that you have a lot of awesome abilities of your own. You know, instead of looking around everybody trying to be like everybody else, trying to be like so and so, discover that you have your own awesomeness, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you can be that. You know what I mean?
I didn't even take that from that movie.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Because once Neo started, you know, obviously for Neo it's cheesy, right? Hollywood is the power of love, right? You know what I'm saying? But once Neo woke up to the truth of the Matrix and started, it's you know, when he got trained, you know, Morpheus was, you know, you saw at first he missed a jump, and Morpheus was like, you know, you're not seeing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, you'll understand one day. You'll understand. You know, it's.
I think as I get older, cheesy is good sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like a different. I'm able to. Like, it's like when I'm young, I don't like the feeling, the emotion, because my family wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? We weren't like real lovey-dovey type family and shit. And it was like, you know, chaos. And it's all good now. We are more so, but not like in a weird, like, I don't know. It's cool now. But as kids, any kid, nobody usually. Nah, because I think kids like cheesy too, like in the movies and shit, like in the Disney movies, like the happy ending.
They love all those songs that they start singing during these movies and shit.
And you get high enough, you get into that shit too, bro. It's like, oh shit, this whole here.
That's real talk.
So Matrix, you got another one? I love your interpretation of it, because of that, I want to rewatch it. Also, with the information that I know now about magic and shit and all that and our abilities, for sure.
Let me think. You got another one?
A series, you would say Steven Universe, right? For sure.
For sure, bro.
Animated? Would it be animated series or just series, just period?
I say series, period. You know, because that's what it is to me. But yeah, Steven Universe, bro, is see the message behind Steven Universe is like you really. It's weird, right? Because it's a kids show, like a little kids show, but.
Yeah, I don't know if it is though, like a little kid show.
Yeah.
Little kids can watch it. It's innocent enough for them to watch it, but the topics are pretty deep.
That's the thing, though. They're not. They're simple, but to the person who like an adult who thinks they know everything, it's like, oh, I never thought of it like that. Exactly. You know, it's simple but deep. You know what I'm saying? That in my opinion is real true knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the like think about the deepest quotes you've read. So
that's so simple. It's like why not think of that?
But so deep, yeah. So I'm saying like it might just be 3 words or just a one sentence, but you're like, oh man, that whole sentence fixes like so many problems.
Sums it up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Steven Universe, like it really does do that, bro. And I remember I had started watching Steven Universe kind of after I was coming out of one of my psychedelic trips, you know. And I feel like when you have a good psychedelic trip, you become more open to that, like you said, that cheesiness. You know what I'm saying? And you do start to see the world.
Yeah.
And when you know what? One thing I realized that when you open yourself up to that quote unquote cheesiness, you also start to sort of allow yourself to become more innocent. You know what I'm saying?
More of your childlike nature.
Yeah.
Which is our true self.
Yeah. I believe. Thank you. I believe that's it's very important to get in.
It is.
In fact, it's probably one of the most important things in this life is to get to know your child, your inner child.
And a lot of things, there's a lot of factors that try to get us to not. I mean, just like I was telling my cousin about the Disney and the trauma. Like every single movie, pretty much the parent dies in the beginning, right? And Disney was a Freemason. He worked with a Nazi. And these are just facts or whatever, but a 33rd degree Freemason, not just regular, 10th degree Mason or whatever. Like my grandpa, I don't know what degree my grandpa is, but he's just like an actual Mason, like old school, whatever. The ones that aren't up there, you gotta, and he even said like at a certain point you gotta pay to get higher and higher, and that's just from the lower levels. But every movie they die, bro, and then it gives you like that's not like natural. Like usually that doesn't happen. Most of the time parents don't die, right? But the majority of Disney movies, that's what they represent. So you get this like trauma, and it's little, but it probably it's like a seed. You know what I'm saying? And more Disney movies feed into it, and then a lot of kids ever since the Church of Satan was introduced. In Hollywood, they started making all those horror movies, and that traumatized more people.
Well, let me pause you right there. When like you mentioned in just about every Disney movie, there's some tragedy that hits these kids emotionally. You know what I'm saying? So what it teaches these kids from a young age is you get too attached to something, it's gonna go away, or you start to like a character too much, they're gonna get killed. You know what I'm saying?
It's your parents.
Yeah.
There's always the dad or the mom.
For the most part. But yeah, you know, and so that makes you jaded. That makes them not want to get into the cliche
chip on the
stuff.
shoulder a little bit.
It makes...
I understand what you're saying.
So in other words, it's like what society has done is made it not cool to go and feel those emotions.
Right,
because,
right.
It's going to end in disappointment anyway. You know what I'm saying? Instead of... And you know, earlier I heard this word, pronoia. Pronoia is basically the opposite of paranoia. And what society has done is we've turned into paranoias, to paranoid people. You know what I'm saying? Instead, and it's almost like from what you say, it's almost like entertainment has purposely almost made us this way. You know, and we have to, I think just we have to be more pronoia instead of paranoid. You know, I don't know if you say pronoid, but.
What would be the definition of pronoia? Like, just think that it's
pronoia.
Positive.
Yeah, pronoia is instead of always thinking that something horrible is around the corner or something bad is gonna happen, you think good things are gonna happen. You know,
the best of the situation.
Yeah. Instead of being a pessimist, you become an optimist. It's the best way to put it.
That's what I've been trying to do lately, bro. I mean, with the help of with your guidance, crystal and crystals, and then read the books and prayer and cannabis. I mean, and it helps, like, in those situations, like where I used to come over here and be like, yo, work, blah 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 blah, and but I used to be scared to smoke before work, and I'm not an advocate, like, but I think some people just need it, bro, because a lot of people have this anxiety. Maybe that trauma is, I can see, that leads to so many people are on antidepressants and shit. So many people have anxiety and depression, and I mean, it tripped me out because it's like on one of my cousin's posts, they were talking about the presidential debates, and this one girl was like, she said, I started shaking whenever he was talking about his son. Like, I can't believe he was talking about him like that. And like really? Like, you started shaking? Like, you're letting this affect you that much? Like, you're that...
But that's how the media has made it, bro. The media has made it so in your face that it's almost like most people think to themselves, I have to get emotionally involved.
Right.
The media makes you tells you to get mad. You know, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Snapchats, the
That's
TikToks.
part of the 24-hour news cycle. Is the
They
social
tell
media.
you to get mad. They tell you to feel fear. They tell you to feel hate, and people start doing it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of from people that are supposedly about love and shit. There's a lot of hate, like a lot of negativity that comes from this false positivity or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how like those Christians that are very judgmental and shit. They call themselves Christians, but they're not really Christians. They don't really act like it. But I mean, it is what it is, and some people are just confused, bro, and they're lost, and that's the way the world is designed for them to do so. So for the people that aren't, I mean, we're lucky, we're blessed to be able to be outside of that, almost like a outside body experience in a way. All right, so we did movies, music.
I never even picked the second one. Damn.
The second one, what? TV
Movie.
show?
Oh, we're doing TV show?
Well, no, yeah, I just brought
Holy
up.
shit.
But you
All
would
right.
say V for Vendetta, right? Because you were talking about that.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll talk about that later. But since you did a TV show, let me think of one. Damn, son. I'm going to say The Wire. The Wire taught me that, like...
There's a lot of people in that show.
Man, the whole world is hood as fuck. You know, like from... Basically what The Wire is... Okay, I'll break it down real quick. The Wire is...
I haven't seen it.
The Wire is this show that ran on HBO for 5 seasons in the early 2000s. It really started off, and here's the thing: every season followed a different part of Baltimore, like different.
Vino, shout out to Vino.
Like for example, the first season just followed the hood and how the crack trade worked, and then season 2 brought in how the crack trade and the streets connect to
prison.
Connect to the dockyard workers, like the legit blue collar workers. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty interesting. The third season.
So do they not like filter in a little bit of prison or something?
Yeah. There's prison shit that happens all throughout.
Okay,
you know, they
but
do
it's
with
not
that
mainly.
Too. Yeah. And then the third season, I believe the third season brought in the politics. I think season 4 brought in the schools. Man, I'm probably behind. But either way,
like the public
the public schools and how that all, man, it's
those are like Rockefeller.
Yeah, and how it all connects is pretty crazy, bro. How it all connects is pretty crazy because it all ties to organized crime, to crooked politics, to crook dealers, to real estate, to to just about everything, to the blue collar guy.
What
you know
does?
What I'm saying?
Drugs and just corruption.
How it just rampant. Oh, the police, that was one of them. Yeah, I think season 2 or 3 dealt with the police, and yeah, when you find out the real politics of everything, the politics of how police works, you know how the departments work and this and that, the different parts of it, how the school system works and how that's also pretty fucked up. You know, yeah, man,
They get into the unions and shit?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It gets into all that. That second season's pretty good. The season where they were talking about the dock workers, that was probably one of my favorite seasons. You know what I'm saying? The season that broke my heart was with the public school one, bro. You know what I'm saying? It breaks your heart at the end, bro, because it really does make it seem like, man, for a lot of these kids, There is no way out, bro. You know, these kids are trapped in the system.
Somebody that works in the public education system.
Who?
Me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You have a job?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
I wish I didn't have to have a job one day.
You damn near did it for 6 fucking months.
But I got paid, so technically I did.
You got paid to do dick.
Well, I was online for a little bit.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was, bro.
Yeah.
I was translating online and shit. What's up, bro? For like 30 minutes a day. Yeah, I'm not complaining about the fucking quarantine, bro. It was good to me.
You're a bootleg vacation.
Hell yeah. That shit was nice, bro. I'm sorry, I shouldn't brag or nothing.
Hell no, you shouldn't brag.
Right, it was.
But I'm blessed to be to be working for one of the companies that stayed open throughout the whole damn thing. So you know what? It's all good.
Yeah, and now, bro, it's crazy at work. But like I said, with meditation, with who's that?
I don't know who is that.
Would that be somebody showing up to the
Who is that?
iPod studio? Oh, it's Cindy Lou with a NASA shirt.
You mean anything?
You're on the podcast. Hey, she bought some light bulbs.
Okay, so that was my show, The Wire.
The
Okay.
Wire.
We're
Man,
recording.
I wanna finish.
Book.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
yeah,
why
we're
not?
talking right now.
Yeah.
On the
So
phone.
okay, so next to last is book.
The next to last book.
No, the next and last part of the things that change your life. We don't.
Oh, okay, okay.
We're gonna do mute. We're gonna do album, movie, and now we're doing book.
We did series already.
Yeah, well, series 2. We'll add to that.
Cause you did the Wire. Boardwalk was really dope to me, bro. I never finished watching, but I'm trying to think of a series that.
You already did. So you said Steven Universe.
No, that was yours.
Nah, that what? Oh, you gave me one.
Yeah, I never watched Steven
You
Universe.
gave me a pick.
Nah, for me it was like Turn Washington Spies.
Yeah, I think I need to watch that one.
All that, yeah, that one was really
Who did that one? Washington Spies. Like, what network is that?
AMC.
Oh, yeah, okay.
American movie classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Books, bro. That book, the Jungle Book was really good. That Villa Incognito. What's that other one?
You know what? Alright. Yeah. Alright. I got
You
it.
want to hit a pen?
Basically, any Tom Robbins book. Tom Robbins, to me, is the author who basically, with every book, he raised me a little bit. You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
the R.L. Stein of your adulthood. Well, did you read R.L. Stein back in the day? I read all the books.
I was more of a Bailey School Kids mysteries book reader.
Berenstain Bears?
Nah, Bailey School Kids.
What's that, bro?
That was the series where these
Dollar Tree
these
version
school
of it?
kids, they would hell no, those Walden books, ho. Shout out to old people.
Walden?
Walden books.
That's the ones with the gold.
Nah, Walden book, they used to have that whole at Richardson Square Mall.
Oh, shit.
It was the bookstore.
Oh, I think I remember.
It was the bookstore where all those fake Pokemon cards were being sold, the holographic one. Remember they had the Asian store that sold all the bootleg Pokemon holographic cards?
But I remember back in the day.
And then next to that store was the store with all the, you know how it was with the pictures, all the pose with the back, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Blur shit, yeah.
With the shiny, it made you
The
look.
original filter.
Yeah, it made you look all younger and shit. Nope, you know what I'm saying?
Baby.
Yeah.
The original filter, bro.
So any Tom Robbins book, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also gonna shout out to this author named Neil Gaiman. Bless you over there. He wrote a bunch of books, obviously, but 2 that come to mind right away: American Gods. And yeah, he did a series, and it's on Stars or sometime Showtime. I don't
It's
give
about American Guy.
But I don't give a fuck. It really, it's yeah. If you read it, you'll find out. Oh, okay, he's what because the book talks about American gods, that the gods we created, like technology, currency, have all taken over the old gods. You know what I'm
Oil.
saying? Yeah. You know, like shit like that. You know, if you read it, you'll see it's pretty damn good. And another one is called the Anansi Boys. It's about these two. Oh, it's about this one guy who discovers he has his twin brother, right? And this twin brother is like infinitely cooler than him, right? This twin brother like ends up taking over his life, and he ends up talking to this girl that he's been wanting to talk to his whole fucking life. He ends up getting promoted at his job, and he ends up finding out the company's embezzling shit. Like, this guy takes over his life and starts living his life better than him. And you know what I'm saying? And craziness, comedic cleverness, just, you know.
That's American Gods?
Nah, this is the Anansi Boys.
Oh.
Clearly not paying attention to the podcast that he's recording right now.
Oh, man.
Can you believe it? I'm talking to myself right now.
Nah, but
And the 3 or 4 people that are listening to this damn podcast. Man.
maybe 7. But that's all right. That's what's up. But that changed you.
He said that's what's up. Like he listened. He's such a guy. Man, we're going to end this podcast right here. I'm about to whoop his ass.
He's listening. He says that's what's up.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
What was the last thing?
Fuck you. That was it. That was it. Bitch. Ah!
I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna listen to this.
You ain't paying attention.
Afterwards, I always
You ain't
listen
paying
to the
attention.
episodes afterwards.
Yeah, just rewind it.
I always listen to the episodes. And to let everybody know, I also caught up on. I put the topics on every single iPod episode, so that way it should be easier for people to find whenever they search. Like if somebody searches just like some random topic that we talked about, that shit should come up. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, that was episode 30.
30, man.
Yeah, fuck Chris.
Did we make a?
Fuck you, Chris.
We made it to 30.
Fuck you, Chris.
35 on 30.
Fuck you, Chris.
That
You must
sounds.
have been listening to just 5 of those 35.
Nah, I might have missed like 4
Yeah.
of the 35.
Yeah. End this shit now.
But much love.
End this shit now.
Peace.